Hey, Shalom, first and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor goes to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Makako Das, double honors to the elder apostles. Great millstone that taught us this true citation of Yakim. Pushing this word day in and day out, doing this quick lesson. On this Cybertruck owner, she's, crying because she's getting flipped off while she's on the road. She look like a so-called you know, I've had, mixed breeds, so-called mixed breed black woman or, Latino woman or Native American woman, you know, auntie. She's like an auntie, like in her late 30s, I'll say, judging by her parents, more than likely in her 40s or 50s, like a MILF type, cougar type bitch, you know. But you could tell she's in her rest with her Cybertruck, you know what I'm saying? This is her in it. She says she enjoys the self-driving mode because she trusts in Esau. You know what I'm saying? Like, there ain't no way in hell you'll be behind a vehicle with an AI doing all the driving and shit. You know what I'm saying? Even if I had the bread for this shit, no way. I'm gonna let the AI control or dictate, my travels. Because that's what you're doing, man. You're trusting in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? So, a woman like this more than likely get destroyed in the time of martial law, Jacob's trouble, you know. She says she's a psychologist who drives all over Arizona to do assessments. So she's talking about driving is brutal. So what? So what? So she got the Cybertruck. She goes into how people like flips her off and stuff. You know. And this guy says, this Edomite says they're flipping off Mus. Your truck has the worst safety and maintenance record by far. You know. So, people are fed up with, Elon. Yeah, because that's ultimately the root cause of Tesla truck drivers getting their ass flipped off. There was an incident in New York where a lady, vandalized a Tesla Cybertruck that was just parked up. An Edomite lady at that. So, people like, fuck you, fuck Elon. And real soon it's going to get physical because, they can't get to Elon. They can't get to Elon. But one thing they can do, they can get to your everyday Tesla driver that's riding up the highway. They can get to his ass or her ass in this case. Okay. So, real soon these smiles are going to turn into frowns. And what did I do? And this and that. And, Jack boys, I'm going to come after you as well, too, man. All right. Which this is, like the brother in my camp says, this Cybertruck is a rolling casket. I called it a RoboCop vehicle. Let me look up RoboCop vehicle. Couldn't find the pic I wanted, but in Dubai they have a Tesla RoboCop, but yeah, it's pretty much does look like a casket, man. So this is a death trap in the makings. They showed you that and leave the world behind, okay? So these comfortable eaves, you ain't gonna be so comfortable and smiling real soon. And being the queen of the road real soon, man. This is Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Yeah, iniquity's at an all-time high. You know, and the higher iniquity get, the higher hate gets, so-called hate. Because, you can hate according to the scriptures. You can hate. Scripture says hate the evil, love the good, hate, you know, hate Esau and so forth. Hate 2/3. But but even in, a worldly sense, these people in the world are starting to hate each other, Egyptian against Egyptian. I can get that next. Kingdom divided and so forth, man. Because I remember when the Cybertruck first was revealed, it was like some people, certain people loved it, certain people hated it. Now the mass majority hate it because of who's in charge, Elon Musk. This is Mark 3:24, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. That's what's going on right now, man. A kingdom divided, man. It's free falling. you know. And scripture says a man shall have no pity in Apocrypha. Let me get 2 Ezra 15. 2 Ezra 15:19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods. What's part of their goods? Their vehicles, their Teslas, their charging docks, And that's another thing, man. Hey, I know certain brothers probably got electric e-vehicles or whatever. But, just be careful with them charging docks because they unless you got it in your garage. I done seen people have it in their garage. But, if you have it outside, let's say you don't have a garage and you have it outside or whatever, motherfuckers will try to sabotage that shit, blow that shit up. Anybody can get to it. Yeah. This is a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. And this prophecy is going to come to pass very, very soon. As soon as they get us off the highways and hedges, which, could have happened this month, but as soon as they get us off the internet, which it could have happened this month with the TikTok ban, but I think Trump gave it another 75 days. And when I did the math, 75 days is June the 18th, right? Because I believe it's bigger. I don't know, something telling me it's bigger than the TikTok ban. It's a free speech ban, you know what I'm saying, per se. We ain't gonna be able to push this gospel on the internet. Once around the time they take down TikTok, because eventually, if they don't sell it to Esau, the Moabites, if they don't sell it to the so-called white man, eventually, they're just gonna do away with it, ban it, and it's gonna, affect this ministry, which is good because this word already done hit the four corners of the earth, man. The elect is sealed, like Apostle Paul said. 144,000 is sealed, man. So it's time for judgment, man. At a high level. You got proud children out here. I grew up in the era where even the baddest kids. I grew up in an era where even the worst kids, the most evil kids had manners. Yes, sir. Sorry, man. And then they'll go back to their evil and they go back amongst the kids. This generation is just full of little monsters. Because why? He criminalizes you for putting a rod to your son or daughter. So they just grow up wild and reckless, man. I mean, the average young person, 30 and under, never got a whooping before. I mean, the typical person. Yeah, there's some out there that still, the parents still gave them the belt, the ride. But for the most part, man, they demons. So till next time, shalom.